Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's the Michael Myers. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you guys know, I'm going to be bringing you guys a brand new movie review. I haven't done one in a while. As a matter of fact, my last video or my last live stream was actually a documentary review where I reviewed Pennywise, the story of it. So yeah, if you guys have not seen it, definitely go check that out, man. I pretty much did my little review, little live stream, and yeah, man, as of lately, you guys know I usually just been doing live streams, and I haven't done a video like this, like a regular video, in quite some time now. And definitely one thing I wanted to do is jump back into the movie reviews, man. And we're gonna get started. Gonna be reviewing all types of classic films, back to the remake reviews, series reviews. So if you guys have any films you guys would like for me to take a look at on the channel, any films or series you guys would like for me to review, make sure you guys leave your recommendations down below. So yeah, today I'm gonna be reviewing one of my favorite horror films of all time, man, for sure. Definitely a classic from 1985, and that is Fright Night. As you guys can see, I do own the Steelbook. I got this a while ago, man. This is actually quite a recent release. So yeah, man, definitely have to pick up the Steelbook because, like I said, it's one of my favorite films of all time. And yeah, man, just everything about Fright Night, man, I've always loved, man. It's just one of those 80s horror films that's always stuck to me. And definitely, for sure, man, this is my personal opinion. I know a lot of you guys will agree with me and a lot of you guys won't, but in my personal opinion, I think this is the best vampire movie out there. A lot of people like to compare, to the Lost Boys and stuff like that, which is a really good film. I actually do have to rewatch it, but this one has always been my favorite and the best out there for sure, man. Like I said, just everything about this movie I love, man. Like I said, this is from 1985. You got great actors in this, man, great performances. I think the characters in this, man, and a lot of films in the 80s, man, especially classic movies like Fright Night, the characters, man, they something about them, you kind of connect with them, you get to know them, and you feel attached to the character, man. And I think that's what Fright Night did. Tom Holland, definitely one of his best films, of course, right behind Child's Play. But yeah, man, Chris Sarandon definitely, in my opinion, was a great choice, man. That was like one of the perfect that's perfect casting, if you ask me, because he definitely, I think this is the film, and I could be wrong, but this is the film that really, put his career in the next level, man, because he played such an iconic role, man. A pretty creepy role, if you ask me. I don't think no one could really play that role like Chris did. And yeah, I'm assuming, him and Tom Holland had a great relationship because of course Chris came back to work with him for Child's Play in 1988. But yeah, man, I just like the whole atmosphere, the whole setting, tone of the movie. It's definitely one of those that um a great watch in Halloween or any time of the year, man, but definitely October season and the Halloween season, man. This is definitely a mandatory watch in my opinion. It's one of those films that just never gets old, man. I could rewatch Friday Night any damn time. And it's not one of those movies that I grew up with. I pretty much, saw this movie later on in life. Later on, I grew older as a fan, and it's definitely one of those that I didn't expect to be one of my favorite films of all time, man, for sure. The whole special effects and all that good stuff, man, I think they definitely nailed it. They did a great job, man, and especially for 19 in the 80s, this is definitely one of those that I think will stand the test of time. Don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect movie. There is flaws here and there, but I think it's one of those that I think would be looked at many years from now on. I mean, come on, it's been over 20, 30 years with the original Fright Night, man. And this, I think, if you watch it today, especially if you show it to a younger person, man, I think it definitely will have that same effect, that same impact that it did back in the 80s. I just imagine, man, how, the impact, how the premiere, the release of Fright Night was in the 80s, because I'm pretty sure it had a lot of people terrified, in the edge of their seats. There's a lot of classic films like that in the 80s in the 70s, man, that definitely had that impact, you know. And but I'm pretty sure Fright Night was one of those because yeah, there is creepy aspects. I know also Fright Night is kind of like a horror slash comedy type of thing. I'm not sure if it was intended that way. I'm pretty sure it was. Um and you guys know me, I'm not the biggest horror comedy fan. But I think with Fright Night, it's a great horror slash comedy because don't get me wrong, horror and comedy do really go well together if it's done right. I know there's some horror comedies that really you know, a little too dramatic, they take it over the top, but there's a lot of good horror comedies out there, man. And if you consider this horror comedies, it's probably the best one. And I could see why, like I said, I'm not sure if it was intended to be in the first place, or probably, you know, once the years went on, this film grew a fan base, a bigger cult following, and you know, people considered it like a horror comedy because of, you know, a few of the cheesiness stuff in there, you know, the cheesy lines, you know, the funny aspects, which, like I said, it's not too bad because it's not like cringy, it's not cheesy like that. Of course you get cheesy moments here and there, but it's not like over the top stuff. um but yeah, man, like I said, I think the actors did a great job. Of course, you got the main character Charlie and his friends, the whole effects on the vampires, man, on Chris, and even what's his name, one of Charlie's friends, you know, who gets converted into the to the vampire. The whole effects, man, and that particular that particular vampire, you know, one of Charlie's friends, that's the one I think that stood out to a lot of people, man, throughout the years. That's really like the most iconic vampire design from this film. And yeah, pretty dope. And even Charlie's girlfriend, who pretty much does become a vampire by the end of the movie. um Damn, that just that effects, man, especially for 1980s. I remember when I first seen Fright Night, man, that special effects when Charlie's girlfriend turned into a vampire, they knocked it off the ballpark, man. I just think it really looks pretty realistic. And like I said, even if you watch it now, it definitely stands the test of time, you know. Just everything about this film I love, man. The whole, you know, atmosphere, like I said, the whole cast, the characters, even the soundtrack, man. As you guys can see, I do own a copy of the Fright Night soundtrack on vinyl. Definitely one, man, if you guys are into soundtracks or collecting music. And I know the Fright Night soundtrack definitely, in my personal opinion, this is probably one of the best horror soundtracks out there, man. I know the soundtrack, it's mostly like punk rock music that was in the movie, you know, but it's good music, man. I think it really fits in well with the movie. To me, I just think Fright Night, even the soundtrack itself, man, it's the 80s to the fullest, man. And it's just a great feeling. And like I said, it just feels so 80s. It goes really well with the movie, man. Especially that classic dance scene with you know, Jerry and, you know, the girl, not Tommy, Charlie's girlfriend. A lot of classic scenes, man. A lot of classic scenes. Like I said, if you guys have not seen Fright Night, go check it out, man. Go take the time and check it out because it's definitely a great classic film. That's gonna be pretty much it, man. My review on Fright Night. Like I said, if you guys have any recommendations, comment down below, man. Gonna be back doing the movie reviews and all that. So stay tuned for more content, man. We're just getting started here. Thank you guys for watching. It's the Michael Myers signing out.